Jace looked down on me, his country bumpkin fiancé. He waited until the crash wiped my memory. Then, pointing at the ice-cold campus legend, he said with blatant impatience, "There, your fiancé. Don't mix them up again." Later, I got my memory back, and I stole Jace's valedictorian crown. Jace started chasing me with megawatt fanfare. I ignored him and kept dragging the campus legend to study. Jace's eyes were red when he yanked me away from Chase. "Tansy, look at me. I'm your fiancé. Stop calling him hubby." I shrugged. So, before we go on, subscribe and drop a comment telling us where you're listening. I woke up after the crash. I couldn't remember my fiancé's name or face. A boy with battle-scuffed makeup stood in front of me. I assumed he was the one. I chirped, "Hubby, hubby," nonstop. Jace glared. "Shut it. I'm not your hubby." He said it so firmly, I started to doubt. "I'm not." Jace's gaze flicked away. He muttered, "Docs said the crash scrambled her brain." I pressed him. "If you're not, why camp at my bedside?" Jace had no comeback. I smiled and looped my arm through his. "Don't worry, hubby, amnesia or not, I still love you." Jace shoved me off. "Tansy, are you seriously amnesic?" I nodded. So what's your name, hubby?" "I'm Ja, I told you, I'm not your fiancé." "That's campus." "Campus." Jace floored the accelerator to Willowhaven. He jerked a thumb at a distant, aloof boy on the blacktop. "That's your fiancé. Don't mistag him again." The teen had sword-straight brows, star-bright eyes, and a clean, lean frame. He lounged against the bleachers. A breeze lifted his hair. It carried the most beautiful scent. I swallowed. "Stunning." Jace scowled. "What did you say?" I couldn't look away. "What's his name?" "Chase." I marched over and hooked my arm through Chase's sinewy one. His playlist hit the line, "You're the rarest comet," right then. "Hubby." Chase tugged out an earbud and turned. Those deep, bright eyes swept over me twice. Just 2 seconds. My heart pounded like a drum. Jace was a saint, taking care of me in hospital and landing me such a gorgeous fiancé. This ride-or-die sis was locked in. "Hubby, why didn't you visit me when I was sick?" "Who are you?" "I'm your wife." Chase grinned. The glittering stud in his ear gave him that bad boy sparkle. "Like what you see." "Love it." I batted my lashes. He leaned in, smile widening. I thought he'd kiss me and closed my eyes. He only pried my hands off. "But I don't like you." I hugged his arm again. "Why not?" I spotted the patchwork of scars above his wrist. Old cuts layered with new. Still claiming dislike? He'd practically martyred himself for me. We're strangers. Technically, we were childhood partners, but we'd never lived under the same roof. No biggie. We'll get cozy fast. We'll share classes, aim for the same college, fall in love, graduate, marry, have babies. I've even named them. Chase hopped off the bleachers, face blank, and strode away. I chased. He vaulted the fence and vanished. Jace jogged up, cheering me on. "Chase adores you. Look, his ears are burning." I squinted. Both of the boys' ears were pink. Guys really do read guys best. I waved Jace off and sprinted after Chase. "Hubby, wait for me." After I left, Jace's crew closed in. "Bro, that's it? Mission accomplished." Jace dipped his chin. "Top of the class. How hard could it be? But Tansy's a knockout." I kinda cough, only her voice is deafening. Zero damsel vibes, right? Old money Jace deserves better than some loud country chick. Bet she bails in 48 hours. Chase is bottom tier, moody, smokes, drinks, hates girls. Miss Clingy will bolt. Jace asked, "You really think she'll quit that fast?" "Relax, bro." No chick hangs around Chase's fuse more than 30 seconds. Still, she's gorgeous. "You okay letting her go?" "Plenty more where that came from. When the truth drops, she'll beg to stay." Haha, Ellis, terrible grades, sleeps through class, games 24/7, but I'm crazy about him. Every atom of him is my type. "Hubby, it's past midnight and you're still gaming. Bell hasn't rung. You live on the riverbank or what?" "Hubby, why so mean?" "Stop calling me that." "MO, big bro." Figured I'd keep it low-key on campus. Big bro? I'm ancient now. Bro, Morgan. Morgan the Magnificent. #1 hottie under the sun. The scowl flipped into a smug smirk. Victory banner flashed. I slid in. Wow, Morgan's a legend. Homework time? Pass.
Why?
Stuck? I can tutor. I was frantic. Chase was dead last. Junior year was almost over. If he didn't shape up, long distance was guaranteed. How would we bond then? I'd already planned kid count and names. No way. Whatever I said, he wouldn't budge. He even snapped. Can you quit nagging? I burst into tears.
Sobi.
Everyone else was grinding through problems. I kept my sobs tiny, looked extra pathetic. Chase crouched, panicking. Hey, don't cry. Sob. Tears gushed faster. The thought of long distance wrecked me. He was too hot to stay single. I was desperate. Fine, all right, okay? Promise. My tears froze mid-cheek. Yeah. He gnawed the pen cap and began scribbling. 5 minutes later, he shoved the paper at me. Every multiple choice pick was wrong. Fill in the blanks, disaster. Yet for the last proof, he'd written PM 1/8, same answer I'd gotten. Morgan, genius. Reward, more worksheets. Bathroom break. Don't follow. 10 minutes, no sign of him. I had to check. Morgan, you in there? Need toilet paper? I can flag someone's silence. Hubby, speak to me. Did you fall in? I'm coming to save you. Chase strolled out, cigarette between teeth. Don't call me that at school. Okay, who? I scratched my nose, guilty. Morgan, back to homework. He blew smoke in my face, wicked grin. Cough. My eyes stung red. Smoking kills. You run my homework and my lungs now. Get lost. I figured if Chase died, I'd follow. I snatched the cigarette and lifted it to my lips. He cussed, slapping it away. Morgan, seeing my hopeless devotion, he stubbed the butt, tossed it, sighed. All right, you win. Before class, he produced a wad of tissue. Wipe up. Huh, you look like I assaulted you. I don't care, but, Morgan, I don't mind. We're endgame anyway. I mind. I've got a reputation. Clean up or no entry. Okay. Evening self-study. I watched Chase slog through 3 tailors. Bell rang, he bolted. I grabbed my bag and sprinted. 3rd floor to 1st, I chased him to the lot. Chase unlocked his bike. Morgan, can I ride with you? Opposite directions. Nope, same gated community. Wow, stalker level intel? Your turn, dig away. Don't you dare. I asked Leo. My desk mate, his bestie. But when I'd asked about the scars, Leo clammed up, said it was personal. Traitor. Leo's awesome, carries me in games, feeds me spicy sticks, buys me ice pops, teaches me smoke rings. I like mung bean flavor. What's yours? Stay away from Leo. And stop calling him bro. Whatever Morgan says. About face. Huh. You agreed to obey. Feels like you're ditching me. Chase smirked. Exactly. He pedaled off. But it's dark and I know nobody here.
Damn.
10 meters later, he braked. I happily hopped on the rear rack. Chase spun around, stunned. I'm your chauffeur now. I can't ride. I wrapped my arms around his waist. He inhaled. Abs turned to steel. Fine, just don't cry. He surged forward. I thudded into his broad back, eyes watering. The night was cool. Streetlights flickered. The scent of plane trees and teenage detergent filled the air, sweet enough to taste. Chase stopped short. I bumped him gently. Scared, silly? Morgan, that was fun, just hurts my butt. He said nothing, but on the next stretch he eased off the speed. I leaned against him, swaying, perfectly content. He pulled up to my curb. A single green lawn separated our houses. He stared. Tell me you don't live here. Morgan, we can commute together every day. Mrs. Ward came out. Tansy, long day? I made your favorite mung bean soup. That your classmate? Mr. Lin said he saw you signaling him not to pick you up. I cut her off. Huh, Mrs. Ward, love your outfit. Chase slammed his gate shut. Didn't see that coming. Destiny, clearly. Next day, Chase cornered Leo by the lockers. You gave her a light. Who? Realization hit. Oh, sis-in-law begged. She begs for your kidneys next. You handing those over too? My bad, bro. Keeping 10-foot pole distance. So, how far have you two? Scram? I hadn't told Mrs. Ward that Chase was my childhood match. With his Ice King rep, people misjudge him. I'll introduce him once we're solid. Besides, Dad parked me here for safety, not early romance. Too bad I'm a sucker for faces. Chase is mine. He skips meals, so I bring Mrs. Ward's breakfast daily. Morgan, just a bite. If you don't, it's going to waste. Morgan, I'm about to pop. I stuffed another dumpling in. Chase grabbed my untouched box and demolished it. I handed him the open milk. Morgan, you even eat hot. Chase shot me a death glare. I zipped my lips. I quietly memorized Chase's tastes. Fattening him up was only a matter of time. Alex, Mom called to ask how I'm settling in. No idea what Dad told her, but I'm getting along great with Chase. He even added a soft cushion to his back seat just for me. Every day he waits for me, without being asked. The plan was for Chase to teach me to ride a bike. After 2 days, he gave up. He didn't say it, but I could read it in his eyes. He thinks I'm hopeless. I'm not hopeless. I'm just timid. But Chase doesn't get me. All he does is bark at me. When he barks, I cry. When I cry, he squats and coaxes me forever. Please, baby, stop crying. We're done, okay? I'll drive you to school from now on. I blinked the tears away and hopped off the bike. I wobbled. Chase caught me. His hands at my waist curled into fists, perfectly still. I tilted my head up. Really? He looked away and muttered. Yeah. Chase and I are glued at the hip. I bring him breakfast. I force him to study. At games I cheer, hand him water, wipe his sweat. Everyone's gossiping that we're dating. I tune them out. All I want is to plump Chase up and push his grades higher. The homeroom teacher says we're setting a bad example. Teacher, that narrow-minded view isn't healthy. Chase and I are channeling our youth into the most passionate thing, learning. How can you call that bad influence? From dawn to dusk, our eyes hold only textbooks and hunger for knowledge. If the rest can't see it, you should. Lately, Chase's progress is obvious to all. He no longer naps in class. The moment his head droops, I whisper, "Hubby," and the entire class swivels to stare. Chase buries his head in his desk like a bashful husband, ears blazing scarlet. After class, he skips video games. Whenever he reaches for a controller, I head outside with Leo to light cigarettes. He drags me to the snack bar, buys me a bag of hard candies, then tosses his pack of cigarettes in front of me. Sometimes, when he looks miserable, I offer him one. Just smell it. Where'd you get that? I bought it. Chase curses under his breath, snatches the cigarette, and fires it into the trash. After class, he hauls the whole trash bag to the dumpster. At night study, he can sit quietly and work 30 straight minutes. When the craving hits, he unwraps a candy. He's even doing homework for every subject.
The format's messy.
But the answers are right. Process is painful. Yet he's doing it, and that's what counts. The teacher hesitates.
But
I can move Chase up at least 100 spots next month and add 150 to his total. The teacher beams. Riley's say no more. From today, Chase is yours. Jordan. One explanation and he gets it. No one else knows. Only me.
Heh.
First monthly exam results drop. The whole campus explodes. Everyone's asking, who's Tansy? The old top 10 lineup shifts back 1 spot. The moment I step on campus, eyes magnetize to me. That's Tansy. Girl's got game. Wearing sharpshooter skin, but she's an assassin. Total ambush. Silky smooth first place. Bet she cheated to steal our Jace's throne. Sour much? Top beat number 2 by 39. Train harder, cry less. I'm so done with this boy-worshipping world. Hear me. Top dating campus. She drags him to study dates and has him wrapped around her finger. Looks soft and sweet, but she's fierce. Top is life goals, ace the test, nab the guy. Bow down. Wave after wave of chatter rolls behind us. Jace, dethroned, glares at Chase and me, seething. The wildest scene is our own class. I walk in. Confetti cannons explode nonstop. The guys try to hoist me into the air. One look from Chase, and they freeze. The teacher tugs us both to the podium. First off, congrats to Riley for snatching the valedictorian crown. The room erupts. Woot woot, yeah. Kids from neighboring classes cram the doorway. Top lives among us. Top's beauty and brains. Big Top, tutor me? At that, Chase slices the guy with a glare. Also, props to Chase. Jumped 167 spots. Total up 227. Woot woot, yeah. Legendary. Campus is beast. Queen Top is beaster. I lift a hand for quiet. The teacher scowls.
All right, study hard.
Riley and Chase are grinding, some of you just gossip. Hormones are normal, channel them into grades. Soon our plain building is in chaos again. Principal and dean swarm, sweet-talking me into transferring to the Honors Academy, clear path to Ivy League, etc. Our teacher fumes silently. Classmates stare, terrified I'll leave. Under the desk Chase crumples my student ID tag. I turn to him. I'm staying. I have unfinished business here. The class explodes in relief. The teacher nods proudly, but worry still clouds Chase's face. After the suits leave, new intruders appear, led by Jace. Tansy, congrats. Emery, Jace. What are you doing here? Lately, whenever I spotted him and tried to say hi, he spun away. I thought he hated me. Now he's here with congratulations, and I feel guilty. He hands me a fancy wrapped gift. I remember he helped find my fiancé. Guilt doubles. It's Celine today. Let me take you to dinner after school. Off stage, Chase and Jace duel with their eyes. After last bell, I grab my bag. Chase looks wounded. Tansy, you're leaving without me? Oops, sorry, Morgan. I'm treating a friend tonight. Won't ride with you. I'm hungry. Huh? Wanna join us, Morgan? You don't sound thrilled. Not at all. Plenty thrilled. You didn't exactly roll out the red carpet. Is he jealous? Must be. I grin, realizing how much I matter. I bow 90 degrees. Morgan, would you do me the honor of dining together?
Yeah.
He squeezes my hand. Let's go fast. Sundra Chase. Adorable. He slings my backpack over his shoulder and mutters, "Can it just be the two of us?" What? You're amazing. Downstairs, Jace opens the Kian door. Tansy, over here. Chase's grip on his bike tightens. His eyes bore into me. Morgan, your eyes are red. Dust? Let me blow it out. One puff, and they're crimson. Chase rasps. Getting on or not? Last chance. I hug him. Getting on. We pass Jace. Jace, we'll head fi. Whoosh. Chase guns the motor. Wind wrecking Jace's perfect hair. At the restaurant, Chase makes a quick call. Bring the car around. The hostess seats us. Chase and Jace each pull out the same chair. Here. Chase commands, dead sexy. Tansy, sit with me. Jace counters, perfect gal pal. I can't pick sides. I nearly explosive Chase. Then drag my own chair to the head of a table. Two alpha seniors square off, daggers drawn. Tansy, I've ordered. See if you want anything else. Adds sweet and sour fish. Jamie, I text my country BFF under the table. At Chase, my BFF and my fiancé hate each other. Help. She fires back. First bestie. BFF? You have another bestie? Tansy, you fickle flirt. Said I was your one and only. Now I'm too country for you? Humph. At Chase. Guy BFF. First bestie. Situational. Cut anyone who drags you down. Real friends and men know their place, except me. I'm your first bestie for life.
That Chase deal.
Love you tons, smooch. While I type, Chase asks the waitress for egg custard and strawberry mousse. Dishes arrive. Chase slides the warm custard in front of me. Because of my stomach, I keep meals light, especially afternoons. I give him a soft, grateful smile. Where I can't see, Jace clenches his jaw, then recovers and recommends the house specialty. The 5-minute, blood-red steak makes my stomach lurch. Before I can refuse, Chase whisks it away. She doesn't do Western. Jace ignores him and sets his pre-cut portion before me. Tansy, their steak's incredible. Try it. Chase blocks the plate. They arm wrestle across the table. I touch Chase's forearm. Jace, my stomach can't handle it. Jace withdraws, flushing.
Got it.
But Emery for the thought. I return to my custard. Mid-meal, Chase hits the restroom. I hand Jace's necklace back. When the bill comes, Chase swipes his card first, then glances at Jace like a cat marking turf. Jace stares back, unflinching. Looks like rain. Let me drive you home, Tansy. No need. We'll grab a. I'd told Uncle Lin it might rain. He insisted on coming until I said friends would share a cab. We have a ride. I look at Chase. He leads me to a spotless black Cullinan, opens the door, hand shielding my head. See ya, Jace.
Door shields.
Chase strides back, shoulders Jace hard. Stay away from her. You're the one who should disappear. Chase cocks a fist. Jace winces. But the blow never lands. When he opens his eyes, Chase is already inside. Jace watches the taillights fade. He should be furious, but he's numb. Tansy's dinner invitation on repeat in his head. Every blink, every smile etched deep. Thunder cracks, rain sheets down, soaking him. Only when his driver calls does he realize. He's fallen for Tansy. In the car, Chase asks, "Why refuse Honors Academy? Academically, it's better." "Morgan, do you want me to go?" "It's your life. I'm staying. Perfect me shines anywhere, so. Do you want me to go?" "Suit yourself." He hands me a pink box. "Whoa, Morgan, for me? Who else? Can I open it?"
Yeah.
Inside lies a rose gold fountain pen. Morgan Emery you. I love it like mega love. Compared to that other thing? Oh, Jace's gift. I gave it back. Chase turns away. The window reflects his smirk. At the gate, he tells me to wait. He snapped open the umbrella and hurried to my side. The rain was torrential. He tilted the umbrella toward me, reached out, signaling me to take his arm. I laid my hand on his forearm, solid, burning hot. In those few short steps, only the tips of my shoes got damp. The rest of me stayed completely dry. Chase's back, though, was soaked through. Fabric clung to his shoulder blades. The bones jutted out, showing how thin the boy really was. Chase suddenly paused, spun around, and handed me a strawberry mousse. "Go inside and take a hot shower before you catch a cold, Dylan." Raindrops ringed us like a beaded curtain. He practically had to shout. The moment he finished, Chase sprinted home without a backward glance. I don't know if he heard my "as you wish, Prince Charming." Jace began showing up everywhere I went. Gym class, I went to buy drinks. Chase wanted a Coke, so I grabbed one and a bottle of water for myself. Just as I was about to pay, Jace walked over, asked me what I was buying. He said, "Orange soda." After I paid, the guys around him erupted in catcalls. The scene felt déjà vu. Jace stood there, offering no explanation. I felt a stab of disappointment. With a thunk, I tossed the orange soda at Jace. "Jace and I are just friends. If your eyes are bad, go see a doctor. If your brain's rotten, get it cut." Stupid. Jace chased after me. "Tansy, sorry, my buddies just shoot their mouths off." I set them straight already. I figured maybe Jace had wanted to explain too, but his brain lagged. So, I let it drop. Basketball court. I handed Chase the Coke. Chase took my water instead, unscrewed it, and gave it to me. Then, he popped the soda for himself. Catching sight of Jace nearby, Chase's eyes darkened to shade. "What's he doing here?" Tansy treated me to orange soda. Before I registered the jealousy drip in Jace's tone, Chase tugged me into the bleachers. "Tansy, why are you so chummy with that Jace guy?" "He's my friend." "Then what am I?" "King of jealousy." I glanced at the students milling around and leaned to whisper 2 words in his ear. Chase's earlobes ignited red. Later I decided I really should keep my distance from Jace. Chase getting jealous was one thing. Jace's behavior was another. Ever since Jace resurfaced, Chase had started acting different. Whenever Jace was around, Chase tensed up. He seemed terrified Jace might get close to me. Riding to and from school, Chase would ready a mask for me. "What's this for?"
Dust.
He also pedaled way slower. A ride that normally took 20 minutes now stretched to 30. When it was our turn to clean the classroom, he stuffed snack bags into my hands and told me to wait in the hallway. I stepped back in to watch him sweep. He shooed me out. "Too dusty in here. You'll sneeze later." "I'm not that fragile. Wait outside for me." Okay. As for Jace, what he did didn't look like typical BFF rivalry. He acted like the villain fanning the flames. I was grateful he'd helped me find Chase. So I gave him one of my treasured tutoring notebooks and then cut ties completely. Different roads don't make travel companions. All I could do was wish him higher scores every day. Alex, I asked Chase out. I called twice. He didn't pick up. I freaked. I bolted straight to his house. His housekeeper said, "Young master's on the 3rd floor. Last room on the left, miss. He doesn't allow anyone up." I tuned out the second half. The whole way my heart pounded like a drum. Something felt horribly wrong. I reached the room she'd mentioned and hammered the door. "Morgan. Morgan, Chase. Open up." Dead silence. I remembered the scars on his forearm. Faint, but layered, as though he got hurt again and again.
No time to think.
I kicked the door. It didn't budge. I slammed my shoulder against it, shouting, until the housekeeper hurried up. Only then did I think of asking for a key. "Auntie, please open it. Chase could be hurt in there." "Miss, this is the young master's private business." "But he's hurting himself." "Miss, you should go. He won't want you seeing him like this." "Auntie, please, I'm begging you. He's human. He feels pain. He's so good. Why does he have to suffer?" She looked at me, torn. "If none of you care, then I will." I kept ramming the door until she couldn't bear it any longer. She fetched the key and unlocked it. I burst inside. Morgan Chase. The room was huge. I barged straight to the innermost door. Inside the bathroom, Chase was slicing into his deltoid with a pocket knife. Usually he wore sleeves. You couldn't see. Now I saw countless overlapping scars. My heart felt yanked by red-hot wire. I dropped to my knees in front of him. "Morgan, don't." His vacant eyes slowly focus. "Tansy, how did you get in?" "Morgan, you're bleeding so much." "Get out, go, Tansy. I'm not leaving." "Does it hurt, Morgan?" While he hesitated, I snatched the knife from the floor and raised it toward my own arm. "No. Morgan, if we die together. I'm never abandoning you." "Tansy, give the knife to me, please. I'll listen to you, I swear. Just hand it over." I flung the blade away and flung my arms around him. Tears blurred my sight, but every scar on his skin was crystal clear. Each cut felt carved into my own flesh. The tang of blood wouldn't leave the air. My finish mit varm weakness. "Morgan, you're still bleeding. Where's the first aid box?" I pressed on his wound, babbling in panic. "It won't stop. Won't stop." Chase brought the first aid kit. I cleaned, disinfected, wrapped, 3 layers outside, 3 within, until the gauze looked like armor. Suddenly, he muttered, "Tansy, you're like a bandit. Storm in, steal my heart, and still demand I obey. So, will you obey?" "Do I dare not?" "You sound wronged." "Not at all." He added quietly, "You were laughing with someone else in the store, spent $4 on orange soda for him, and only 3 on a warm Coke for me. I'll buy you 2 bottles, 3, however many you want. I bought room temp because you've got a cold. Once you're better, I'll buy you icy ones. Only for you. Don't be mad, okay? Morgan." "Okay." Chase looks unapproachable, but insecurity eats at him. To let him feel he's my one and only, I glue myself to him. Filling water bottles together, shooting hoops together, snack runs together. Even after school, I go to his place to finish a tailor before I'll leave. I'm staging a full-on home invasion of his life. One day, after cleaning the classroom, Chase and I headed out. The scarlet clouds on the horizon were fading to ash. Campus was deserted. Then weird noises drifted from the restroom. I took a few steps and saw several well-dressed students cornering a cowering boy. I moved to intervene. Chase held me back. "You stay here and call. Don't come out until I return. Phone me if anything happens." "Morgan, we'll go together. I'm not scared. I promise I'll come back safe. Trust me, Tansy." "Hurry, we're out of time." He locked both doors carefully. I whipped out my phone. "Hello, there's a fight. 27, Songyun Road, Willowhaven High." Officers arrived fast. They restrained the bruised trust fund punks Chase had flattened. When Chase reopened the door, cuts mapped his skin. I couldn't hold back. I crashed into his arms, sobbing. "It's okay, Dylan, just scratches, they don't hurt." Investigation proved the battered boy had suffered repeated attacks. More victims stepped forward with evidence. All the perpetrators had turned 16 Casey. They faced real consequences. The next day, the school held an assembly, reporting everything and vowing zero tolerance. The 10th anniversary gala loomed. Admin wanted each class to stage at least 2 acts. Most chose choir or poetry. Whole class, low effort. I asked Leo. He said Chase played piano. Coincidence, I do too. Morgan, let's do a 4-hand piece? Pass. Why? Can't. Fine, I'll rope Leo into a dance duet then. Leo went white. I know nothing. Haven't talked to the boss lady in a month. True. He's been ducking me because I bully him into favors and he's terrified Chase will skin him. That day I spotted fresh cuts on Chase. I cornered Leo and squeezed him until he spilled. Chase's mom died the day he was born. His father lost the love of his life and has shuffled through each day ever since, spending every spare minute replaying old photos and videos at home. Chase blames himself. He doesn't believe he deserves to live, so he punishes himself with pain. Especially on her memorial, his birthday. He visits her grave at dawn, then locks himself in and cuts. Chase forbids us from telling his dad. He'll flip. So Mr. Vance doesn't know? Tansy, don't you dare, or Chase'll cut you off. Chase walked up, faint scars striping his forearm. What piece? You agreed? Legend. Each night after school, I practice with Chase for an hour. His house mirrors the man, spare, immaculate. If I didn't watch him walk in and out, I'd swear no one lived there. Chase mastered the score in days. I pretended to stumble. Morgan, can you demo this part? I keep botching it. He didn't suspect. His fingers floated onto the keys. I rested my hands lightly over his, feeling every pulse and pressure. He paused a beat, then carried the phrase forward. His smooth knuckles twitched beneath my palm like the notes themselves, tugging heartstrings. When the final chord faded, he asked, "Done groping?" "All done." He was annoyed. I shaped up and practiced honestly. One afternoon dismissal came early. Chase's buddies wanted hot pot after cleanup. Avery, Chase, and I stayed in the concert hall to rehearse. We were so absorbed we didn't notice the crowd outside. His friends actually cried listening. I'd cried the first time I heard it, so I understood, though watching a cluster of guys sob on each other's shoulders was quite a sight. In an unnoticed corner, Jace clenched his jaw, eyes bloodshot, as he watched us run the piece again and again. Cameron, Jace cornered me, proposing we perform together. I stayed cool. We're not even in the same class, and I already have a partner. Chase. Obviously. Tansy, Chase is bad news. You and he live on different planets. You and I are the same species. You don't know him. Inside, he's rotten. Jace, don't trash Chase. He's good, gruff but soft, killer at basketball, smile like sunrise, stands up for bullied kids. He's justice wrapped in denim. You only see the slacker shell. Chase is a gemstone nobody notices. Only I see all his glittering facets. No. Everyone could if they looked. Just like people think you're stuck at second place, but they don't see how you overcare for friends. Step over that line, and it becomes interference. Jace lost control. A thug like him, he'll only drag you down. Jace, I won't let you talk about him like that. I was about to go on when Chase arrived. Well, talking about me? He shot Jace a sideways glare. Keep going, why stop? You sounded real lively a second ago. You okay? Chase looked me over from head to toe, worry all over his face. I shook my head. Wait for me over there. I need a few words with him. Be good, no fighting. I promise you, Dylan. I trust Chase. He's unstable. I'm afraid he'll bite like a mad dog. Chase, if he hits you, don't let him off. You don't owe anybody anything. Whatever the reason, Chase, I'll always stand with you. After I walked away, Chase stepped in front of Jace, towering, voice brooking no argument. Jace, I told you, stay away from her. Chase, you're nothing but my stand-in. A cuckoo in the nest. What exactly are you proud of? Fiancé, huh? I know. You looked down on Tansy for being from the countryside, led the pack in bullying her, mocked her, dragged her on reckless drives until you crashed, and wiped her memory. Did you know her body can't handle extreme sports? Chase fisted Jace's collar. Jace, you'd better keep that mouth zipped. If you ever bully her again, flaunt yourself and stir up anything that hurts her, I'll make you wish you were never born. The next day in P.E., Chase wouldn't touch the basketball. He wanted to come with me to the music hall to practice. But I like watching you play, and we've basically rehearsed enough. I'll play if love has a will of its own for you. Impossible to refuse. I love that melody too much. Honestly, Chase is too sweet, going to such lengths to learn what I like. I thought he just wanted extra piano time with me. But later I noticed when I went for water, he followed. He even hovered outside when I used the restroom. I asked if something had happened. He said no. Do you have someone on the side? Chase flicked my forehead in resignation. What on earth goes on in that head of yours all day? Thinking of you. Chase pretended to be busy looking for something, the tips of his ears pink. Not the least bit like a campus. Founders Day. Chase and I stepped on stage together. Thunderous applause from below. Chase merely lifted a finger to his lips. The hall fell silent instantly.
We exchanged a glance.
He seemed to say, "Dylan, you're up." I raised my hands and played the intro. Quiet, flowing notes.
Soon, Sam.
The melody grew richer, more delicate, fuller, like a curtain lifting on the story. The two leads meet. Tempo quickens, as though lifetimes of experiences converge to bring them here. Black and white keys rise and fall. Emotions tug, struggle, pain, joy, memories unfurling one by one. It feels like a century passes before the music gradually calms. We meet each other's eyes again and press the final chord. Below, silence stretches on. The audience needs a moment to realize we've finished. Suddenly, waves of applause crash through the hall. Hand in hand, we take a deep bow. Our classmates whip out phones, snapping away like we're witnessing something sacred. After Founders Day, Chase and I become the face of Willowhaven's admissions. The school asks us to film a promo. Chase cooperates fully, even improvises. I think we shouldn't stand apart here. It steals focus. We need to showcase the school's code and motto. The director says, "Really? Let's roll another take." When filming wraps, I ask if he's tired. He says no. Oh yeah? Well, you've been running through my mind all day, Morgan. My line leaves Chase walking to the bathroom, arms and legs out of sync. Jace shows up in our classroom right after, claiming something important to tell me. He pulls me to the far end of the corridor. All the way, Chase's buddies bump Jace on purpose. Jace swallows it. He's on regular class turf now. The honor roll kids look down on us, noses in the air. Even when I, the unexpected transfer, overtook them, their misplaced superiority never wavered. Nobody questions it. Teachers and administrators even use the honor roll standard to pressure us. We regular kids act unruffled, laugh off their scorn. But inside, we feel the sting. Yet people differ. Some will never score a perfect math test, and some, however privileged, never learn respect. Honor roll kids ace exams yet still compare, still fret. We can't change them. We can only do our best and know contentment. At the corridor's end, Jace glances at the 2 rows of guys glaring nearby. He hesitates, then, like a man marching to his execution, says, "Tansy, I like you." My vision blacks out for a second. Chase, passing by, steadies me. "You dare poach what's mine." The 2 rows of boys start to reach for whatever they've stashed. Quinn, and they freeze, waiting for orders. "Tansy, we're 2 of a kind. You and I are meant for the top. He's just a no-good delinquent. He's a jinx who got his own." I clamp my hands over Chase's ears. "Not listening, Rowan, not listening, Rowan, not listening, Rowan."
Jace steps forward to pull me.
I spin and slap him hard. Smack. He cups his cheek. "Tansy, you hit me for him?" "Jace, I warned you. Don't badmouth Chase. And I don't like you. Before, I only saw a friend. From now on, we're strangers." I tug Chase away. Jace calls after me. "Tansy, do you even know who I am?" "I don't care who you are. Touch Chase again, and I'll beat you every time I see you." That night I dream. In the dream, I recover every missing piece. It starts with Dad gaming all night. Mom told him to quit. He refused, accused her of drooling over some guy's abs on social media and liking the post. Mom said it was an accidental tap. Dad wouldn't listen. Mom, honest and proud, wouldn't bother lying to love-brain Dad. She was only worried. Dad's latest physical showed declining liver function, and he's no spring chicken. But Dad's a blockhead who flung the blame back. Avery. Mom flew abroad at dawn without a word. When Dad found her gone, he panicked like an ant on a hot griddle. Then he yanked me out of bed at the crack of dawn, shoved an address into my hand, my fiancé's, supposedly drop-dead gorgeous. Like mother, like daughter. We're total suckers for looks. Tansy, it's all arranged. Someone will pick you up when you land. Before I could process, Dad gunned the engine and disappeared. Off the plane, no one showed. I called Dad, blocked. I stared at the bank card in my other hand, emotions tangled. The moment I saw Jace, I was smitten. I orbited him, calling him hubby. He looked at me like trash. Who are you? I'm your wife. He sized me up with disdain. I don't know you. Under his breath. So country. I recited our childhood engagement. Jace's parents were never home, so he rang his grandparents in the countryside.
They adored me.
Only then did he grudgingly let me in. Grandma and Grandpa made him promise to take care of me. Avery, Jace fed me burgers and rubbery steaks, took me street racing. He introduced me to his friends, no names, no titles. They labeled me hillbilly. I cussed the whole lot. You single-cell organisms. Your heads exist only to add height. Can't even remember a name? I'm Tansy, TNSY. If your brain's useless, toss it. It only makes you look dumber. I decided Jace, aside from average looks, was hopeless. The day I resolved to leave, he dragged me on another race, threatened to call my parents. Mom was swamped. I didn't want to bother her. Dad would fall apart without Mom. I gave in. Turns out Jace sucked at driving but was addicted to speed. We flipped. I woke with no memory of him. He happily palmed me off on campus. Every time he saw me afterward, he dodged like I was poison. Now, everything makes sense. I pick up my phone and dial. Pull the hospital surveillance for August 27th. Back at school, Jace grabs me, insisting he has something vital to say. Amnesiac me didn't like him. Now that I remember, he's even scummier. I've got nothing to say to you. Afraid of the filth he might spew, I pull Chase away. Jace lunges for me. Chase knocks his hand aside. She doesn't want to talk. Are you deaf? He shields me, fists clenched. Jace keeps pushing in. This is between Tansy and me. None of your damn business. Students crowd around, stunned that the spotless valedictorian swears and shamelessly tries to wreck a couple. Gasps everywhere. Anything about Tansy is my business. If she doesn't want something, even God himself can't force her. Beat it before I rearrange your face. Whoa, steel. Bro's on fire. Wife defender mode maxed. Unwilling to waste more words, Chase drags me off. Tansy, how can you treat me like this? I'm your fiancé. Here's the betrothal contract. Chase's fingers curled around mine tighten. I squeeze back. Morgan, relax, I'll handle him. I turn to Jace. Whispers swirl around us, all eyeing that scarlet contract, our 8-character birth dates, our names brazenly printed across the top. In a second, every gaze pins me. I meant to leave him some dignity. Since he doesn't want it, I won't hold back. Jace, if you're my fiancé, why didn't you announce it at the start of term? Why now? I told you, but you ignored me. Really? Or did you dump me while I had amnesia, and now that I ace tests, play piano, and people like me, you slither back to disgust me? I hate admitting this jerk ever liked me. You lost your memory? Tansy, no wonder. Was Chase manipulating you? I knew. Shut it. Chase slips my backpack off my shoulders. I pull out the video Jace used to call me the day I was discharged. I'm not your fiancé, campus is. That's fake. Tansy, my feelings are real. A couple of guys pin Jace's arms. The clip rolls on. Campus. Right, room 17, let me take you to him. Jace, Emery, you're so kind. The video ends. I produce another document. Jace forced me into that car. When I refused, he threatened to tattle to my parents. I thought it childish, so I agreed. He drove like an idiot. We flipped. I was unconscious for days and woke up with amnesia. Here's the hospital report. The crowd reads and erupts. Jace is scum. Classic have it both ways hypocrite. Rotten to the core. Thank heaven our top sharp, or imagine how much worse this trash could have hurt her. Look at Campus's heartbroken eyes, my feels. He's played his last card. Jace hangs his head, shattered. I thought it was over, until the second monthly exam rankings dropped. Chase rockets to third. Most cheer. Jace's camp cries cheat. I fight back. Just because your valedictorian doesn't make you a god who can turn stone to gold. If lip service worked, I'd be the reincarnation of Marshall T. Onpring. Oink. Top shielding a bottom feeder, how touching. Straight A cronyism, how noble. Rumors explode, unstoppable. Principal and dean show up. Jace demands, to prove it, make Chase retake the test in front of me. I stake my life. Chase did not cheat. Chase says he's sick of Jace trailing me, even on paper. So he shut everything out and studied, which is why he placed third this time. Chase was still wearing that worried frown, eyes and brain flooded with nothing but schoolwork, and no matter how outrageously I acted, he wouldn't even blink. I decided he was the coolest guy alive and started filming. It was the complete opposite of the boy I'd met just weeks earlier. Videos, right? I had proof. I threw dozens of clips up on the smartboard. In every single one, Chase sat hunched over his books, deaf to the racket around him, while I secretly recorded on my phone. He studied nonstop, grabbing even the 10-minute breaks between classes. On the walk home, he made me quiz him on vocab. Back at the house, he'd power through 2 full sets of past papers. In barely a month, he dropped 10 pounds. And still people smeared him. I literally cried myself sick. While all of them, even then they refused to believe. Fair enough, Chase said, ruffling my hair. But I have 2 conditions. Jace takes the test with me, and Jace's little entourage exploded. Our boy is the certified valedictorian. Why should he stoop to raise gutter trash like you? You're not worth it. Funny, you can doubt me, but I can't doubt you? Or are you just scared? Amid the chaos, Jace finally stepped forward.
Deal.
Second clause. If I win, the monthly ranking sheet gets torn down. And if you lose, someone shouted. I won't give you that chance. The academic office rushed out fresh papers.
Celine.
Under the eyes of a dozen proctors, the 2 of them finished every subject. Afraid of overnight rumors, the principal suggested announcing the results the same day to settle things once and for all. After 15 teachers cross-marked the tests fair and square, the scores landed just before final bell. They ripped the second monthly list off the wall. In its place, they posted the makeup scores. Jace 692, Chase 737. Naomi. Our guys hoisted Chase overhead and tossed him up like a trophy. Jace, who'd never before slipped below 700, slunk away in silence. On the way home, I unpinned my student ID tag. Morgan, give me yours. Chase peeled his tag from his blazer. I laid the 2 plastic tags side by side in my palm, snapped a photo, and texted it to him. He stared at the picture for the longest time, smiling. Alex. Jace cornered me at my house. Tansy, my parents are back. They want you at dinner. Pass. We still have our engagement. You can't unilaterally tear it up. If you refuse, I'll call your parents. Jace, have you no shame? Is blackmail the only trick you know? Wait here. I went upstairs, clipped an ear and lip rings, pulled on a neon pink wig. He gaped. You're showing up like that? None of your damn business. At the restaurant, Jace's mom spent 15 minutes critiquing my outfit, lecturing that a daughter-in-law must be demure and virtuous. Hilarious. Who said I'd marry into your circus? I was here purely to nauseate them. The fish soup was decent. I'd bring Chase a takeout bowl. Jace tried smoothing things over. Mom, Tansy doesn't usually dress like this. I ignored him and kept eating. Mommy dearest finally snapped, ordering me to pour tea like some servant. His dad sat mute as a corpse. I smiled, filled a cup to the brim, walked straight to her, and deliberately dumped the cold tea down her blouse. You. Totally on purpose. She swung to slap me. I bolted. At the door, I crashed into a familiar chest. You okay? I'm fine. Chase rubbed my back, then whispered, "My dad's right behind me."
Dad.
Mr. Vance walked up. "Hi, I'm Colette, Chase's father." "Nice to meet you, sir." "I'm Tansy, Sterling Tang's Sterling, Crabapple Tang." Colette had been here for a meeting. Seeing Chase sprint inside, he'd followed. Jace's parents hurried out. "Celeste, what an honor. Please come in." Suddenly, Deadman Dad turned into a toady. Reading the scene, I let go of Chase and latched onto Colette's arm. "Dad, you have to defend me. They insulted me and ordered me to serve them tea." "Wah. You bullied a minor?" No, Celeste, misunderstanding. The kids were joking." "Joking? She's in tears and that's a joke." "Celeste, that's not. I got tea splashed on me too." "Didn't you ask for tea?" Jace's mom glowered, speechless. "Celeste, fact is the children have a childhood engagement. We're only discussing wedding plans." "That engagement is over." My mother's voice rang from behind. I spun and ran. "Mommy, I missed you." "Sweetie, were you bullied?" "Mommy," I whispered. They ganged up, but I splashed them back. Mom only heard bullied. 3 adults against 1 girl? In-laws, that's exaggera. "Who's your in-law? Look at your scrawny son. He'd blow away in a breeze, and you dare order my daughter to pour tea? Why didn't she chuck the pot at you? You sit there mute and think it's classy? You botch big things, fail at tiny things. No wonder you're bald. A family of freaks." She rendered them speechless, then speed-dialed Jace's grandparents. "Sylvie, Iris, Eleanor here. Given your family's attitude, I officially cancel the engagement." I couldn't hear the reply, but Mom's voice cracked. "Exactly. They bullied Tansy, fed her junk, drag-raced, called her unruly, then made her wait on them. Iris, our families are done. I'll still bring Tansy to see you both at New Year's. Take care." Within seconds, Jace's dad's phone rang. The yelling was so loud I feared for his eardrum. Then Jace's mom. Then Jace himself. Mom produced the betrothal contract and shredded it under their noses. Amid the drifting confetti, she spun me around and marched out. Jace tried to chase. My dad blocked him. "So you're the punk who hurt my daughter?" "Sir, I'm sorry." Dad punched him in the gut. "Stay away from her. See you again. Get hit again." After that, I never saw Jace again. Rumor said his grandpa hauled him off to boot camp. Mom, seeing I was thriving, dragged Dad back on their business trip. Dad had wanted to interrogate Chase, but Mom scolded him and recited every crime of his abandoning me here. Dad obediently hoisted luggage, held Mom's hand, and left. Before boarding, she told me, "That's my girl, spot on taste. Chase is polite, gorgeous, and dresses well. I'm claiming him as son-in-law. I'm taking your useless father away before he sabotages you." Soon it was Chase's birthday. He came back from the Memorial Gardens and found me on his doorstep, cheeks red with cold. "Why sit out here?" He pulled me inside. My hands had gone numb clutching the cake. He sat me on the couch, fetched a steaming towel from the bathroom, and warmed every finger front and back. Soon my stiff fingers flexed again. "Morgan, today's your birthday." I produced the cake and candles. The tiny flames flickered across Chase's pale face. He froze. "Chase, make a wish." "I'll do everything I can to grant it." He smiled. It already came true. "What?" He'd spoken too softly, I missed it. Instead of repeating, he closed his eyes and prayed in silence. "Marin, blow together," he said. Whoosh. He ate a slice. "Sweet?" I asked. "Very." "Thought so." He scooped another bite. I smeared cream on his cheek and bolted. "You're dead, Tansy." Thank you for listening. If you like the story, please like and share. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment and don't forget to subscribe for more.
See you next time.